Do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.
Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
This is Dee.
And we are the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. And we want to confirm that we do have a great marriage. We got an award at Couples Fest on Saturday night, Couple of the Year, Couple Fest 2024, Willie and Dee Jolley. So Marriage Built to Last conference, by Marriage Built to Last, Couple Fest conference. And we want to thank.
They put on the conference.
They put it, and James and Cynthia Green. What a great event they had. We're honored that they thought of us and have given us a great honor. Okay, for those who are first timers, we're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. We are also the, what do you call it? The people who host, did, provided, performed, produced a TED Talk. That's now a very popular TED Talk on how to never ever argue again in marriage. We've been married. Coming up in June, we'll be married 40 years. 40 years. Haven't had an argument over 38 years. True statement. And people say, how is that true? How could that be? Well, the TED Talk tells you how we did it and how we do it, because it's ongoing. And the issue is that we don't always agree. Oh, no. Because I do whatever she tells me to do. I beat you to it. So
A sense of humor,
but
works wonders.
We still use the principles in the TED Talk that have worked for us, worked for thousands of other couples who've watched the show or heard about it or read the book. So go to jolleymarriage.com, watch the TED Talk, watch the TED Talk. Everybody in a relationship should watch that TED Talk. Okay. I want to thank again the Couple Fest. Also want to
with the Greens.
Want to take a moment also to say I'll be in High Point, North Carolina at High Point University this week speaking for my dear friend, Dr. Nito Cobain, for the President's Seminar, where I was speaking to about 1,500 or 2,000 freshmen, plus speaking for a few other of the groups on campus on Thursday. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's talk about tonight's topic. My dear friend, Dr. Rovinia Brock is
America's nutritionist.
America's nutritionist. She wrote the foreword for our marriage book, and
actually used the principles.
She used the principles in her marriage, and she now is on morning radio in a couple markets.
101 Jams. 101jamz.com.
7 to 9 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday.
The Dr. Rowe Morning Show.
The Dr. Rowe Morning Show. You can get it online. 101 Jams with a Z.com. Well, this morning, and she talks about health, wealth, wisdom, and relationships on her show. And this morning, she did a segment. She sent me a text that I'm going to talk about you guys today and the impact your book had on my marriage. She was married for 22 years until her husband passed away, unfortunately, of cancer. But during that time, in the early time of her marriage, she called on Dee and said, we are having struggles. I'm thinking this is not going to last. I'm thinking about getting a divorce. And Dee said, no, stop. Let me tell you what to do, how to pursue. And Dee gave her wise counsel. And one of those things, well, some of those things were things we talk about in the book. And she said it transformed her marriage, transformed their relationship. And for the rest of their marriage, it was just incredible until he left this earth. So we decided to, when it was time for the book, we decided to ask her to write the foreword since she was such a big proponent, big advocate for the book, a champion. That's the right word, a champion for the book. And so this morning on her morning show, she talked about one of the segments or one of the pieces in the book that she felt was very important for couples. And as I listened, I said, let's change what we were planning to do tonight and talk about this topic because it was so profound what she said. How do you make your significant other feel significant? How do you make your significant other feel significant? And what we want to...
What does that mean? How to make them feel special?
How to make them feel special, make them feel important.
Make them feel valued.
Valued. That's right. Valued. Do you make them feel valued? And that's a big deal, folks, because Dr. Rose said it this morning. Many people don't. You know, there's an old joke people here say, well, I told you I loved you when we got married. If I ever change my mind, I'll change. You know, people say that all the time. It's kind of funny, but it's not good thinking for maintaining a successful marriage and a happy marriage. And so what you got to do is you got to make your significant other feel significant.
And how do you do that?
Well, there are a number of ways. How do we do it? She gave actual tips on how we do it. And she said she had noticed how when she came to visit us, she stayed with us a number of times.
We're her local hotel.
We were. Okay, we were her. Yeah. She found a fella. Anyway, and she's been dating this guy, so that's good. Anyway, we talked about. She said she would notice when she would come to visit us how we would make each other feel significant. She said, I just noticed how when I would walk in the room, even if she's on a very difficult negotiation on a phone call, and she talked to me, she changed the tone of her voice when she talked to me. Or I would maybe bring her some coffee in the morning. Or I'd be at my desk, she'd bring me a big smoothie. Little things. And she talked about the importance of little things. And she asked her host, Razor, well, how do you make your wife feel significant? He said, well, I walk in the room and say, you all right? She said, no, that's not how you do it. That's an obligatory kind of thing. Do the little things. Don't ask her, you all right? You know, just do something.
Well, I think that you do what you know.
Maybe so. So we're going to give them some more.
And we're going to give them some ideas, something to chew on, something to think about, and something to practice. Because I believe you do what you know.
Yeah.
So you come in the room and you say, are you all right? Well,
they don't know any better.
Right.
They don't have not that they don't know any better. They don't have any other tools. We want to give you some tools. Right. So what she did today was read from the book. And I thought that was a very good way to open this conversation. So let me read. Chapter number 5, leave the drama with your mama. Drama antidote number 1 is make your significant other feel significant. Let me read from the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. One of the secrets to a successful relationship is to make your spouse, your significant other, feel significant. So as often as you can, make them feel special, which you just said, and important. I've been doing this for years, and I know it works. I am often asked about the recognition I give my bride, Dee, in my program. First, I always call her my bride. I talk about her in every speech. When I initially mention her, I stop and tell the audience, please excuse me. And I hold on to the podium. But when I hold on the podium, I say to them, when I mention my bride, I get weak in my knees. I get weak in my knees because we are newlyweds. And I really am smitten by her. And people start to clap. Then I say, yes, we're newlyweds. June 28th, we'll be married 40 years. And people always ask, how do I say I've been a newlywed for over 30 years in a marriage? Well, my answer is I still had a 5 for her. I would crawl over broken glass to get to this woman. I've told her on numerous occasions that if she leaves me, I'm coming with her. After people finish laughing, I shared that this is one of the reasons why we have been able to stay married for so long and happily married. I believe one of the reasons we are happily married is that we both make a concerted effort to make the other feel special every opportunity we can. Dee doesn't speak as often as I do, but she makes me feel special every day. Sometimes it's in the things that she does for me to help me with my goals and dreams. And sometimes it's just the way she says hello. It really is the little things that mean so much. This sentiment has been captured in my song, Little Things. The full song lyrics are available at the end of the book. And men often ask, well, how do I make my wife feel special? First, I suggest keeping your relationship top of mind. For example, when you wake up in the morning, say, I love you. Well, we say every day, did I tell you I loved you yet? Now, it's just the beginning of the day. Dee, did I tell you I love you yet? Not yet. Okay, I love you today. Okay, we do that in the morning. Secondly, be thoughtful.
When he's half awake.
Yes. And then sometimes I'm half awake. But okay, second, be thoughtful. Do little things that your wife enjoys, such as preparing her favorite snack and delivering it to her, just because you can. These small gestures work for husbands and for wives, and they do not take a lot of extra work. They literally just take moments of your day to make your spouse, your significant other, feel better and let them know that they are awesome. But even if it does take extra work and extra time, it is always worth it. I have learned that if you treat her like a queen, she'll treat you like a king. Woo! This is a good segment. Y'all better read that in the book yourself. It's on page, what page is that? 82. 82. All right. So, folks, that's what we want to talk about tonight. Oh, also speak well of your spouse in public and in private, which you and a lady said the husband was an idiot. You remember that? At a conference, and you were teaching class, and the lady said her husband, she was pregnant, and she said her husband was an idiot. Dee said, if your husband is an ignorant idiot and you're pregnant, what does that make you? My wife sometimes just speaks the truth. All right. Brother Terrence, you're here. He said, what God has put together, let no one put asunder. Keep the eye on love. Keep your eye on love. Who else is here? Mother's 85th birthday was awesome. Amen. Carol Jenkins is here. Minnie Houston. God bless you, Miss Houston. Okay, welcome. And
you can chime in with your ideas.
S.L. Kears, or is that Clears? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I want people to join in, put it in the chat. Ideas are ways that you make your significant others feel significant. Greg and Linda are here watching from home in West Virginia. Put a little something in the chat. Gladys Pemberton, are you here? You've been married a long time. How do you and Ron make each other feel significant? This is a forum where we
put in one idea, something special that you do.
Yeah, one idea, something you do, something that has an impact or has had an impact on your positive impact
on your relationship.
Yeah,
I would say. Okay, so now let's go to how do you actually do that? I think I'm being thoughtful, but how do you know that if you don't ask? Have you ever thought about it like that?
I've never thought about that. Well, but can't you anticipate? You can, I'll go to a Dee Jolley perfect answer. A standard Dee Jolley answer. Study your mate.
Yes.
Okay, study your mate.
Yes.
Find out what they like and what they prefer and how they like it.
Let's take this step further because I believe it's like peeling the onion. You have to assume you don't have a clue. So if I say to you, well, you need to study your mate. Well, what does that look like? Well, you got to stop talking. When you study somebody, you're pondering, you're watching their behavior, you're figuring out, well, they did this. They did that when so-and-so said this, or they reacted this way when somebody else reacted another way. So you actually have to close your mouth.
And listen.
Observe. And listen.
And check them out. Now, I'll give you. It came to me an example. Last night we went to church last night.
We had communion. We have communion on the fourth Sunday.
And so when we got home, I said to Dee, I love you more than you love me. That's a common practice of who loves who most. It's in the book. Because the best relationships are the ones where.
And I said, oh, okay, all right, because I slept all the way home anyway.
Yeah, I drove and she slept all.
And I know he loves me more when he drives and I just sleep.
Right. So I said, you said to me the other day when you saw the preview for this new TV show, Matlock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to see that. But we were at
a legal drama.
But we were at church when the show was on. So I said, you said you wanted to see that Matlock show. She said, yes. I said, well, it came on at 8 o'clock. This is about 9:30. So I said, it's gone by now. I said, but I recorded it for you.
Now that didn't cost anything.
Boom.
But him remembering that I had said that and I had completely forgotten. I had seen the premieres and I was like, oh, I love all kinds of legal shows, right? And this one it has such a great twist.
You can't tell us that. She said, don't tell us the twist yet. Just say it's a great, don't you say, please don't tell us.
Matlock is a woman and she's a woman of a certain age.
Yes. Okay. So we watched the show together.
And I was so happy.
She was happy.
And that was so thoughtful. And that is not something that costs any money.
Not a penny, not a penny. Let me tell you what Greg and Linda said. Greg said, we say, I love you every day. And he says, I get her coffee or other beverages. Little things that make a difference. Little things. Okay, let me read the lyrics from the song Little Things.
Can we do that? Why don't we do that at the end?
Okay, good. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You're right. Go ahead.
What I have discovered from just people asking questions, even, at church.
By the way, you look mighty cute tonight.
Thank you, dear.
But then I say to her all day long, you look cute. You turn me on. Did I say that? You turn me on.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So people don't know, and we have to break things down to make it super easy for them to understand and to follow through. There's so much going on every day, just living life, working, all the interruptions and everything. So if we want to change the pattern of how somebody is behaving, we got to make it super easy, right?
Right.
So when I say study, okay, how do you study? Okay, close your mouth. You're going to watch what your spouse, your significant other is doing. Okay, is that how they react? If they zig, then maybe you need to zag, right? So we're going to study each other, right? Find out what excites them. You can't do that. You can't do that.
That's what I just said. Yeah, study them. Okay, we did that.
Right. Okay.
We go past that active listener.
Okay.
We did that.
You want to be an active listener. Okay, we did that. And how are you an active listener? You're going to listen to what they're saying, and you're going to LQC, which is
listen, question, clarify. Did you say that? Did you mean this? Oh no, you meant listen, question what they said, and then get clarity.
And be non-judgmental.
Yes.
And I think for some of us that is very hard.
Yes.
You might not necessarily agree with your mate, but they have the right to say what they think. Right?
Yes. That's right.
So, I hadn't thought about it like that. And to be gentle and kind.
Terrence said, what kind of ice cream do they like? What kind of flowers do they like? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My wife likes flowers. Oh. Is that flower I brought still here?
No, that one disappeared.
All right. Okay.
And I got kids.
But I went to the CBC dinner where it was a gala, and our kids brought us this. Parents to be, they brought us that. Anyway, and I went to the gala, and at the end of the gala, the centerpiece was beautiful.
Red roses.
And I asked, are these for people to take? Yes. So I took the one from my table. Everybody else had left.
And I was asleep when he got home.
And I brought her and I came up to the room and said, look what I brought you.
That's so sweet.
See, little things.
And they lasted for a week, and it didn't cost him anything.
Not a penny. The only thing it cost me was navigating, going through all of the people I was meeting with this flower in my hand. I can't. One lady said, "Is that for me?" I said, "Absolutely not. This is for my wife." Of course, Terrence said something to say. He said, "I like it. She had my 401k in the numbers."
I love Terrence. I love his focus on it.
She could add to my 401k.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay. Compliment your spouse genuinely. Now, you do that regularly.
I do that a lot.
Right. So when you say compliment your spouse, find something
good. You look cute.
That you genuinely like.
Yeah, you look cute.
Because you gotta have something. How do you marry somebody with somebody you don't have anything about them you like?
Nothing
that's the problem.
Nothing you found attractive? Nothing she did that was great that you appreciate? Come on.
Mm-hmm. Now, be kind.
Be kind.
Be helpful. How can you be helpful? Okay, trash night. He's normally the one who takes the trash cans out, but I help in terms of collecting the trash from upstairs or whatever and helping to put it together because we go from upstairs down to the basement. So I help to collect the trash and everything. So we help each other.
We help each other. And then one day she said to me, "These trash cans on our patio, I'm tired of it." I said, "Okay." I didn't say nothing. I said, "Okay." But she got home that day, the trash cans were down in the parking lot.
That was so wise. I don't know why we had the trash cans up here for decades.
For years.
And also moving the trash cans, that was so major because it prevented me from running into the side wall where I've dented my car before. And so every time I see it, I'm like,
I say nothing on that because she dented my car and her car on that little side.
I did.
Right.
But I'm like, this is so thoughtful. So every time I come out and make that right turn out of the driveway into the alley, I'm thinking, oh, this is so wonderful. I don't have to worry about scraping the side of my car because I can't see little cement wall, but the big trash cans are there.
Right. So it works out. But that's again, the little things, Keep doing them, folks. All right.
Okay. Quality time. So how do you prioritize? We were somewhere we were talking to, where were we last out on it? How do you have out on a date? Between Walmart and
Costco and
that's the date night. Date night. Just pick a night. Just pick a night or a day, and it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't have to cost any money. We've talked about that. We didn't have any money when we started out, but we had each other.
Right.
And it's the intentionality of spending time together and then saying something kind to each other.
Terrence said put gas in the car without her knowing. That's nice.
Yeah. That is also an expensive thing.
Yeah.
Today,
yeah.
I mean, gas is down a little bit, but that's an expensive thing. Oh, wow. Now, he doesn't have gas. He has electricity. I have gas. So I track to find the cheap gas.
Yeah. I don't even have a key to her car at this point. So go ahead.
You have to explain why you don't have a key.
Because I lost her key.
Oh.
I lost it. I don't know where it is. I lost it.
And we're too cheap to buy another key.
No, we just haven't had time to do it.
No, we're cheap.
I'm going to get one. I just haven't.
It's been over a year. How about that?
No, it has not been a year. It has not. It was January. It was cold, icy cold.
Yes, dear.
All right.
You see that? Yes, dear. It was icy cold. Oh, okay. And you can plan date night too.
Yeah.
Something special.
Yep. I can do that. Yep.
And here's where we get into professional aspect. How do you support their goals? Their professional goals and dreams.
Yep. I'm encouraging you to go and live your dream. You got a dream. I'm not going to say it out loud, but you have a dream and I'm encouraging you to do that. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, do it. Go do it. And she encourages me. She edits my books.
So how do you get your professional goals to cross each? That's a good word. Align so that you can support each other in fulfilling each other's dreams.
Yeah.
Because the dreams can be very different.
Yes.
And you can support each other. But that requires that ongoing talking to each other.
Yes.
And how you talk to each other. There was some program that we were watching. It just kind of reinforces the whole idea that we don't know how to talk kindly to each other. Now, where does that come from? Because I think everything, so much of the social media, people are hollering and screaming and all this other kind of stuff, and they think that this is how people function. It is not.
Be kind to each other, you know, and making your significant other feel significant is, and Terrence says it, turn the argument around. I agree with you, Terrence. And what in fact, when you, rather than just turning the argument around, say, let's not have this argument. Let's not do this. Let's take a moment, calm down, and then revisit this a little while later.
But that goes to what we talk about in the TED Talk in terms of throwing the argument on the other side of the table,
over the net.
We are looking at the
argument and attacking it together.
Right.
That's what we do.
To find a solution as opposed to us arguing with each other.
That's right. And we do that often. We throw it on the other side of the net. We attack the argument or the issue. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Be affectionate, simple touches. I touch you all day long. Sometimes you say, I'm touching you all the time.
I say that when you're my boss, you're not supposed to touch me because that's harassment.
I say, call HR. I'm HR.
I remind you that when you're my boss, you're not supposed to be touching me.
But after that, it's
find out what they like. I like holding hands.
Yes. And sweet talk.
Yes.
And not raising your voice.
Correct. And you talk loud.
And I talk loud, but there's a difference in intensity with talking loud.
Right. And sometimes you have to remind them. Like he'll say, I said, oh, honey, you're raising your voice. You're talking a bit. He says, I'm not talking. Yes, you are.
I talk loud by the nature of my talking. Her brother talks loud. We talk loud to each other. You're talking loud. We just talking.
Sense of humor.
Yeah.
A sense of humor. So I'm like, tone it down, right?
Yes, you do say that. And I turn it down.
How to be pleasant. Okay. So remember important dates. Now for a long time, that's a little thing you can do. I didn't know when did I not know when we got married?
You couldn't remember the anniversary. You could not remember our anniversary. For a long time. I mean, a year or two. Finally, she got it. June 28th.
I had to write it down.
That's okay, as long as you got it. But remember the anniversaries. Learn birthdays. Think about special days. When y'all met day. You know, we...
and for some people, that's work. I think for Willie, it comes naturally. For me, it does not.
Right.
So I have to write things down because some of those things, it's important to him.
Right.
And since what's important to him is important to me because I love him, then I have to work at it more.
Right.
Makes sense?
Terrence says, use gentle words.
Yes.
It's wonderful when you do. You're right. You're right.
And you know what, Terrence? Some people don't know what gentle words are. That's another thing that I've discovered just in terms of having conversations with people. They don't know. So here's what we have to do in summary. You have to increase your resource base. What are you reading? So, okay, you can start with Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. It's one of many great books to start with. But because you simply read one book does not excellence in relationships make. You've got to practice it. So you need the resources so that you can think more thoughtful thoughts. You can act in a more loving fashion because it becomes a part of who you are.
I love the way you said that. Think in a more thoughtful way.
And that's a learned thing.
So one more thing. Cheryl told us to make sure that it goes right with what you said. Learn your spouse's love language. Know their love language. What Dee's is holding hand and quality time. Some people's gifts. So what are the love languages? Words, touches, gifts, and whatever.
Service.
Service.
Words of affirmation.
Yes. So,
receiving gifts,
so do
quality time, physical touching.
So whatever the love language, learn what your spouse, your significant other's love language is, and give them what.
And full circle, you can't learn their love language if you're not studying them.
Boom, kabow, bing, bong. That's right.
Which requires time.
Yep.
And thoughtfulness.
All right, our time's
and
up.
Slowing down so that you can absorb.
It's the little things. Let me read this quote from the book.
Who they are.
Little things. Little things don't mean, little things that don't seem big, they really mean a lot to me. Those little things that make me smile, my love. Those little things that you do that make me glad there's me and you. Now you've made my life a paradise of joy. It's the little things that mean so much to me. The way you smile, the way you look at me. Like a child, I'm happy as can be. Little things that you say paint pictures in my mind each day of what you think and how you really feel. We're past the point of playing games. We know each other's little ways. Now it's open road for the love we share. It's the little things that mean so much to me. The way you smile, the way you look at me. Now, it's the little things that make my life complete. Your tender touch, the sweet words that you speak. Say so much, even if it's just hello.
Yeah, that was written by your brother.
My brother wrote that. Yep. And it's a wonderful song. We keep saying we got to get it out. We got so much stuff on our plate, but we're going to put that out. So those are the things. All right. And we want to thank y'all. Again, thank the Couples Fest
with James and
Cynthia Green for their wonderful.
And they have a book, Built to Last.
It's Built to Last. Built to Last. Marriage Built to Last. Marriage Built to Last. Willie and Dee Jolley, the couple of the year at Couple Fest 2024. We want to thank them, all the great people we met at Couples Fest. Particularly a shout out to Allison Seymour and Mark Clark. Allison's
wonderful.
The anchor, morning anchor for 30 years in DC on Fox 5 now.
But now she's on Channel 9.
WSA 9. Her husband, Mark, is a radio personality. Been in New York, Baltimore, and does some television. And they've been married 25 years. So they were also there. So look, we want to thank everybody. I'm on my way to High Point. What else do I have to tell you? Watch the TED Talk, JolleyMarriage.com. Tell everybody you know who's in a relationship. Hey, you should watch the Jolley TED Talk on JolleyMarriage.com. And then if you get the book, go get it today. If you don't have it, get 2 copies. One for you and one for your significant other. So y'all can read it together at the same time and grow together. And not one read it and then the other read it. No, read it together, grow together, and then be blessed together. All right, our time to go. Terrence says it's the little things. 1, 5, 10, 20, 50.
I love Terrence.
I love you, Terrence. But glad your mom had a great birthday. Glad Greg and Linda, happy day. I know. When is y'all's anniversary, by the way? We got to get that and write it down. When's your anniversary, Greg and Linda? Put that in the chat real quick so we can get ready to shout you out. I think it's 46 years or so, something. Miss Houston, thank you for coming. We got to go. So we'll see y'all.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all all for joining us. Have a great, great day. And God bless you. We'll see you next week.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.